Hello and welcome back to the ESU Band Interview Series. Today I have probably the busiest person in this building. She runs around everywhere, Allison Makula.
Hi!
You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Allison Makula. I am in the color guard. I am a junior and I am a digital media technology major and also a technical theater major.
Thank you for being here. Obviously, like I said, very busy. So just kind of tell me, why did you choose ESU in the first place?
I actually came here for the acro and tumbling team originally, but I kind of just fell in love with the campus, and then I also just fell in love getting the tour of the theater department, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah.
Cool. And then also digital media.
Yes. That was a later addition. I think at the end of my freshman year, I was kind of just like, I always had a camera in my hands. I was always taking photos, and I was just like, why not do that? And then I switched majors, and then I was like halfway through my sophomore year, I was just like, wait a second, I miss theater. We'll just do both. We'll figure it out.
I think it works out.
Yeah, it does.
You also run the new ESU color guard.
Yes, that's me. I run that. I run a lot of Instagrams. I also help out with the theater ones, and so.
Speaking of theater, we're also in the home of the Theater Smith Theater. Different setup today, but it's gonna work.
It's fitting.
So you're very unique, I guess, to the bands. In terms of bands, you're very unique in that one, you haven't done band before.
No.
And you're a junior and you're color guard.
Yeah. So it's really, I've always wanted to be a part of band, but I didn't have the time to learn anything. And then I met these people, Brittany and Paige, and they were like, "Oh, we could teach you color guard." I'm like, "All right, I'll learn." And so then joining, it's probably been one of my favorite experiences. I've loved it so far. So excited.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Has there been any standout memories so far?
Obviously through all about band camp, it's just been cool. There's ups and downs, but mostly from what I remember, ups, and then just any of the football games. Some of the football games are my favorite. Waking up the next morning isn't, because I'm just hurting everywhere, but those football games are definitely my favorite thing ever.
And you definitely use some of your previous acro and tumbling stuff in the show. If you ever see the show, she does backflip.
Yeah, a round of backflip. I do it right at the beginning of The Sound of Silence, and so it was pretty cool. I haven't done that in 3 years, and then all of a sudden I was just like, I know Jess was like, I want a backflip in the show. I'm like, I mean, I can make that happen. I can make it work.
Plus you have a solo flag work, right?
Yeah, so I am at the start of that, after my backflip, I do a little, I think it's 216 count solo, and so that's just a bit of dance, which I love to dance so much.
Going back to kind of your duties of across the building, do you ever find yourself, I guess, too stretched out?
Yes, but for some reason, my brain now, I'll be able to calm myself down with going into the band room and doing color guard. So let's say if I'm stressed out, I took a quiz and I'm like, oh, that quiz wasn't that good, I'm anxious or whatever, and I will literally, I'm like, why don't I go spin my saber? And then it calms me down, and it works out really well. There's definitely times where I'm running around with my head off, I'm like, oh gosh, I can't do this all, but then I'm like, it all works out in the end, so.
Cool. A little more lighthearted question, what's your favorite food?
Oh gosh, that's the hardest question there is. Right now, I'm a big fan of Chipotle, so I love Chipotle. But right now, I want some penny vodka,
Chipotle, as in Chipotle the chain, or Chipotle?
Yeah, Chipotle the chain.
Okay.
Even though Bubba Coos is up there, but Chipotle's really good, and there's no Chipotle around here.
Always knows.
It's okay.
Another more lighthearted question. If you had to choose something other than color guard to do in the bands, what would you do?
I don't know. Obviously, I'd want to play an instrument. It'd be really funny to see me with a big tuba on. I think that'd be hilarious. But also just I've touched an alto saxophone before, and I can play it ish. So maybe I guess that. I just think I love saxophones. I love how they sound. They look cool, whatever. So probably that.
Kind of circling back to the people you mentioned. I know you mentioned Paige and Brittany. You also have other friends who call it the Pookie Quad.
Yes, the Pookie Quad. So last year, Paige, Brittany, and Casey were trying to get a quad, so that's the 4 people dorm, but they needed a 4th, and they were like, why don't we just use Allison? I'm like, yeah. And so now we have the girl quad and then boy quad, which is the Zach, Patrick, Andy, and then Nathan. That's a confusing story, but it's Nathan. So, but then all of us together, it's just Pookie quad instead of just boy quad, girl quad, and it's super cute. I love it.
Would you say those connections are meaningful? You see lasting past college and all that.
Oh, 100%. There's definitely, yes. Oh yeah.
If there's one thing you want to change about the band program or just band in general, what would you?
I don't know.
It could be something serious or more lighthearted.
I want to do a stunt. Can we lift me up in the air? Can we do that? Can we make that happen?
I had to run it by Caressa, but
yeah, we can make it happen.
Might be doing a Latin show, so I don't know.
Noted.
If there is anything that you want to say to the viewers, what would you say about the band program or just about ESU in general, theater, whatever? Come
join us in the theater department. It's such a great time. It's some of the best memories I've ever had, and I love band. That's all I have.
All right. Well, thank you for showing up and for the interview.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And with that, that'll be the end of this episode of the interview series. Be sure to check out our socials, ESU bands, and now we have percussion and then the color guard.
Color guard.
We also have TikTok, which encompasses all of them right now, unless you want to make a TikTok for color guard.
We'll see.
Other than that, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.